Hello, my darling Cancers. Welcome to your reading. Tomorrow we have a new moon in Leo coming. Let's hope it's going to bring some fresh new energy for you. Comment down below and let me know where Leo is in your chart. I'm always curious about that when it's your neighboring sign, you know. All right, aloha, darlings. My name is Ocean. Welcome to Empress Moon Tarot 777. This is a timeless reading for anybody with a Cancer placement, strong Cancer placement in Sun, Moon, or rising signs, or even Venus signs. Let's see what we have for you, Cancer. Darkness. Oh, that's so interesting because darkness came out as I was thinking of Les Miserables. I don't know if you've ever seen the play, read the book, etc. And very much about somebody down on their luck. And so it's possible, Cancer, that you may be going through a difficult time right now, financially, emotionally, etc. Especially with darkness coming out as I was thinking about that. So darkness does indicate either you're in darkness between you and another soul, right, where there's no communication, there's no connection, etc., or this is just you going through a very difficult time, considering the fact that we just had Neptune go retrograde and Mercury go retrograde, causing a lot of upheaval, a lot of miscommunication issues, communication snafus, and difficulties where we're having to reflect on who belongs in our life, who doesn't belong in our life, what does our path consist of, etc. And also revisiting past ideas, past desires, and things of that nature to see whether or not we should continue to pursue them in the present as well as in the future. So here we have this card of darkness, and I feel, Cancer, like this could be a card where maybe you feel like you're floundering and you don't know what the future holds for you. All right, we are going to be using my personal deck that I created with this beautiful purple gilded edge called the Legendary Mystic Tarot. I designed it and created it over the course of a few years, and I will be putting it up for sale soon. Cancer, for those of you that are my OGs, just letting you know that we have one more week with 35% off on the 30-minute readings. I'm also doing new moon readings. I'll be starting them about 5 o'clock tomorrow night. So if a new moon reading is of interest to you, just visit the Tarot Services page up on oceanmoonflower.com, empressmoontarot.com. Whoa! Hello. Stop the presses. Whoa. Tower. Bottom of the deck is the Sun. We haven't even gotten to the full reading yet, and here we are. Spirit is saying darkness and Tower. Holy shiitake. The Tower. When the Tower comes along, it's often a surprise, something that we're not expecting. It could be positive or it's negative, right? The Sun being at the bottom of the deck at the time that the Tower flew out of our deck tells me that regardless of what the Tower currently is, it's for your highest good. It is to move you in a particular direction. So even if the Tower feels negative, even if the Tower feels like, oh gosh, one more problem, it could be because they brought up Les Miserables, it could be that one more problem that's coming along is financial in nature, and that this financial situation coming up is unexpected and completely outside of the norm. And when this comes along, it leaves you in this space of, oh my goodness, what do I do? And why is this happening to me? Like kind of like a woe is me kind of energy, right? But the Tower is always meant to handle something for us that maybe we cannot do ourselves, right? So let's say, for instance, you know, you're in a situation where you can't figure out how to release yourself from a relationship. Well, the Tower may come in and create some sort of clarity, create some sort of movement where you have to figure out your way out of it. The Tower could also be a result of that miscommunication we see with Mercury retrograde. And miscommunication with Mercury retrograde can cause endings. They're usually temporary, but they can cause endings. And with the Tower here, whatever the Tower is, it is for your highest good. That we see. It is for your highest good. It won't feel that way, though. The Tower sometimes can be that you know, kick in the male genitals, shall we say, that you're not expecting, right? Like it comes just out of nowhere and blindsides you, and you go, oh, what do I do now? Right? It's almost like if when the Tower comes, you sit and do nothing, you haven't learned the lesson, you haven't moved on from it, right? If, however, when the Tower comes, you strategically go, okay, how do I get myself out of this situation, and what do I need to do in order to make a change? Then we see the happiness, we see the new opportunity, we see new directions, right? So how the Tower is going to affect you entirely is in your hands. It may not feel that way, but it is. So we see this energy here of the Tower. All right. Talk to me about the Tower and darkness for Cancer, please. Talk to me about the Tower and darkness for Cancer. The Lovers. Okay, so this could be regarding a love situation. Like I said, could be a communication snafu. Darkness, the two of you may not be communicating at all. The Lovers could also be like, now you have no choice, you have to make a love decision. Five of Cups, a love decision regarding regrets. Some sort, it's almost like the Five of Cups is like this feeling of all hope is lost, love doesn't exist, oh woe is me. No, I'm not making fun of you, Cancer. Like I totally get it, all right? Just talking about the card. Seven of Swords. Holy smokes. Yeah, somebody walked away. Or is walking away. Three of Swords, causing heartbreak. Alright, I see a breakup. A breakup of a connection that makes no sense as to why there's a breakup. Because this energy here is just beautiful. It's like, it's just beautiful connection, right? Beautiful passion, beautiful connection, divine connection. But a battle ensues of some sort. The battle could be somebody's internal battle. Darkness, right? Somebody's internal battle. Because this is not last words and ending. This is, oh gosh, regrets over lost love, right? So it's very possible somebody pulled back really, really strongly here with the Darkness card in the Tower. Somebody pulled back when you least expected it. The Seven of Swords is them kind of sneaking off into you know, sneaking out away and saying, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. It's almost like, you know, coming home, living with somebody, coming home and discovering that they've packed up all their shit and they've left, you know? It's kind of like that sort of energy with the Seven of Swords. I remember a girl I knew many moons ago, worked with her, absolutely, you know, adored her as a person, but she left her husband on his birthday while he was at work. I'll never forget that. Seven of Swords can also be a deceptive energy where, you know, somebody's been dealing with deceptive friends, deceptive. The Seven of Swords, the difficulty and the concern associated with the Seven of Swords is often The Seven of Swords can bring heartache, absolutely. Can bring this feeling of grief, absolutely. But the Seven of Swords is also an energy of freedom for some, right? Because in that energy of the Seven of Swords, let's say people are gossiping about you, they're talking bad about you, they're causing all kinds of problems, there's like friends stabbing you in the back. This is the walking away from that energy with no explanation, no nothing, saying, you know what, I'm not dealing with this, I'm moving on. So this could be you, Cancer, that's brought the tower down on a situation and saying, yeah, no more. No more. No matter how heartbreaking it is to leave these people behind, it could be you saying, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. No. Out. All right, talk to me some more about this, please, Spirit. Ten of Cups. See, I told you it's all for your highest good. Four of Wands. Are you, okay, Cancer. Whoop. Are you ending one love situation because you're not feeling the love? There's no movement between the two of you. So you're moving on because your happiness lies ahead with another. Because there's long-term love, commitment, happiness, emotional fulfillment with another. Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands can represent twin flames. So do we have a twin flame that has released themselves from a karmic partnership because they see the opportunity to have their long-term happiness with their twin flame? That's possible also. Page of Cups and Temperance. So this was in the reverse, falling on darkness in the tower. So somebody immature, with the Page of Cups in the reverse, that's often somebody who's very immature, can be jealous, you know, the type of person who's like, you know, I got to go through your phone every 5 seconds, and, you know, who are you talking to every 5 seconds, and oh my goodness, this person, you know, looked at you and I don't like the way that they look, so, you know, you got to block them, and a lot of immature behavior. Basically, the Page of Cups is immature attachment, shall we say. And with the Temperance in the reverse, somebody has become impatient with somebody's immature actions and communication, and as a result, we see down comes the hammer, down with this particular situation. This person wants happiness, contentment, emotional maturity, and does not want to be dealing with this kind of like low level energy. So I see somebody leaving that, making a judgment call. See, making a judgment call to leave behind somebody who either is they've become impatient with, or that there's just this sense of, okay, not dealing with this anymore. I have no capacity. I have no more further reserves to deal with immature emotional behavior, right? So somebody said, yeah, no, done. Seven of Wands. They're standing firm on their decision, whomever this is. They're standing firm on their decision. They want emotional happiness and contentment. That could be you, Cancer. And then standing firm on this decision. Like, they're not turning back, right? They're not turning back. No matter how much it may have seemed like things were going well in the past, right? There needed to be a decision, because somebody wants long-term love, commitment, affection, you know, emotional connectivity, like emotional connection. They don't want this immature behavior. And as a result, they're standing their ground. They're firmly saying, yeah, no more. Talk to me about the Seven of Wands, please, for Cancer. Hangman. See? Hangman in the reverse means they see things more clearly. They see things clearly. There is no need for them to gain any semblance of clarity because they have a new perspective. They have a new perspective. Woo! Ace of Swords. They have a new perspective and there is an epiphany. What's the new perspective on? What's going to make them happy? Four of Wands. It could be a new perspective on a twin flame relationship because we have Four of Wands. So I definitely see somebody has had a change of heart, a change of direction, a change of understanding as a result of an epiphany. And they're either moving away from an immature energy towards a twin flame or away from an immature energy to find emotional contentment and fulfillment. This looks amazing. I feel compelled to get one of our whispers of love. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Hey Cancer, let me know down below, what do you think of my new deck that I created? What do you think of the imagery? What do you think of the cards? I would love to hear your insight and your viewpoint. Message for Cancer, please, regarding this tarot reading. Message for Cancer. Message for Cancer. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. This was in the reverse, so I feel like somebody did shift their focus to love and they discovered where love is and where love is not. So that seems to be why there was this love decision made. I'd like to take one more. One more for Cancer, please. One more for Cancer. Okay, you got romance. Romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. So Cancer, if you're the one who's making this decision to move towards somebody that brings emotional contentment, emotional fulfillment, they're saying romance. Romance this person that you love and allow the love to blossom. So that looks absolutely beautiful. All right, Cancer, mahalo nui loa. Love and light to you. Kiss, kiss for motion. And I shall see you again soon. Ta-ta for now.